A storm blew in. It wasn't what they expected, but some would say later that it was just as deadly as any twister or hurricane that had ever experienced. The storm walked into their small town on two legs and spiked red patent leather heels. She waltzed right through the main square, blonde wig bouncing to the rhythm of her walk, a leopard print pocketbook slung over one shoulder, matching suitcases in each hand. Her eyes were covered with cat's eye-shaped white-rimmed glasses, mirrors to her soul, unavailable for view. A lucky strike hung from her red-painted lips. She was tall, taller than any man in that town, except for Joe Taylor. Tall and black as the day was long. She walked with a confidence most people in Bigelow had never known. She swaggered along like a cat in heat, leaving swirling curtains of dust in her wake. People named her right there and then, named her without an introduction, without two words ever passing between them, called her things they had only whispered under their breath or in their bedrooms when the doors were closed tight and passion drove them into saying it. Words no self-respecting, God-fearing man or woman would ever use in public, but now they publicly stated it because they had a right and reason to. Slut, whore, bitch. Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm here to review Sugar by Bernice L. McFadden. So, Sugar is on its 20th anniversary of being published, and this is Bernice L. McFadden's first novel. I had the pleasure of interviewing her over on Instagram in honor of this 20th anniversary. So if you go on Instagram, you can check out hashtag Sugarversary 2020 to see all the different posts on her 20th anniversary edition. So I interviewed her for about an hour on my Instagram page, Brown Girl Reading, and it was fabulous. We learned a lot about Bernice L. McFadden's way of writing, lots of little aspects about Sugar, like the names of the characters, how she came up with those through genealogy research. She talked about the way she goes about writing, just everything. It was just a fantastic interview. I thoroughly enjoyed interviewing her. So if you're interested in checking that out, you go over to my page on Instagram, Brown Girl Reading, and you can check it out. It's on my IGTV. So now, what is Sugar all about? So, Sugar is about the meeting of two very different women and how they come together to change each other's lives. So first we have Pearl, and Pearl is in mourning of her young daughter who died 15 years earlier. Her daughter was savagely, brutally killed, and from that day, Pearl has never been the same woman. She has literally put away her womanhood, everything, into the coffin with her daughter who was savagely killed. Into town comes Sugar Lacey, which you heard me reading the text at the beginning of my video. Now, Sugar is a character who is lively, sassy, straight talking, but sensitive. And it's through Sugar trying to help Pearl that Pearl actually helps Sugar. And it's the most brilliant story because it's such a simple idea, but Bernice L. McFadden, she really knows how to develop the story and make all the characters come to life. So amongst these two main characters of Pearl and Sugar, you have a wide cast of characters that turn around them that help to develop and move the story on. Each one different, but yet interesting in their own right. The story takes place in 1950s Bigelow, Arkansas, and the story is mostly in this black part of the town. So that's what's really interesting as well, is that you don't have a white gaze at all really on this story. This is a story about black people in their black town, you know, dealing with their everyday life. And I mean, the names of the characters to the setting to Sugar to Pearl, there's funny things, there's things that'll make you smile, there's things that will horrify you. There's a little bit of everything in this small story. The book isn't very long at all. It's 229 pages, but this is a characteristic often of McFadden's stories. They're often short in pages, but they pack a punch and intensity and meaning. I would definitely recommend that you start with Sugar. If you have not read any McFadden, I say get from underneath your rock, pick up Sugar, and enjoy. Now, there also is a second part to this book. It's called This Bitter Earth. So once you read Sugar, you can go on to This Bitter Earth and find out what happens next. So I hope you all take the time to pick up Sugar. It's a fantastic read. Yeah, don't miss out on this, especially since you can get the 20th anniversary edition that you see here on the screen, which is just so freaking beautiful. So that's all I have for you today. Bye.